There are a few subjects that I hesitate doing. This is one of them. Because I think when we approach the subject, we almost feel like we're giving people permission, so it's better not to talk about it, which is not true. And that area is suicide, and do you go to heaven or hell if you commit suicide? It's a difficult subject because people say, well, you shouldn't tell people they'll go to heaven because then they'll just go ahead and commit suicide. And then other people say, well, if you commit suicide, that's a sin that you can't ask forgiveness for because you'll be dead. So how do you deal with that eternally then? Great questions, really. You know, I've dealt with a lot of suicide in my life. A lot of people around me that have been suicidal and have committed suicide, many that have tried. Very sad, isn't it? And you know, I've done a lot of podcasting about suicide. And my main advice to people who are suicidal is go ahead, but don't kill yourself. Just kill whatever it is that needs to die. You've heard me say that before if you've been watching my podcasts for any amount of time. I've repeated that several times. But the point is this. If you feel like you're overwhelmed by something, it's for a reason. If you feel like death is part of that equation, it's because it is. But it's not physical death. It's killing whatever needs to die. So that's important. Figure out what that is and get rid of it and go on living. Secondly, what happens if a person commits suicide? Do they go to hell? Do they go to heaven? You know, the Bible says that John 3:16, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. You know, it's a relationship with Jesus Christ. And that's really what it's all about. And it's that belief, that foundation that gets us to heaven no matter what we do. Now, if you could be good enough, if you could be smart enough, if you could be perfect enough, Jesus never would have died on the cross. Wouldn't have had to, because you could take yourself there. But that isn't the case. You aren't good enough. None of us are. And we mess up, and we mess up big time. And we go through things in life that seem like they're totally overwhelming. And Christians and non-Christians take the suicide way out. It's been happening for a while. Nothing new. Does it make it correct? No. Does it mean they're going to hell? No. It depends on where they were at spiritually. It depends upon, what they were, what they believed, what kind of relationship they had with God, all of that. And so that's a really important thing. So it depends on the person. If they're a Christian when they die, absolutely they go to heaven. The Bible says nothing can separate us from the love of God. Not death, not life, not principalities. It goes through a list and says none of these things can separate you from the love of God. Not even you. Not even sometimes your stupid choices. Because when you ask Jesus to come into your life, he keeps you. Even in death, he keeps you. Now, is suicide an option? Never. Never. Please hear me. Never. Because you miss out on God's perfect plan for your life. And there are so many people that count on you that you're not aware of. Believe me, I've been through this more than once. The hole that's left when another person commits suicide is huge. It affects so many people you have no idea. And so it's a very selfish thing to do. And you miss out on all those things that God was intending to do in your life and through your life. So it's never an option. But the question is, Does the person go to hell? Well, it depends upon what they believe beforehand. And do Christians commit suicide? It happens a lot, sadly. You know, the bottom line is this: God is able to keep us. It's so important that we connect with Him, that we allow Him to make a difference in our life intrinsically from the inside out, and that we give Him all of these situations in our lives that are wiping us out, and we kill those things that are making us feel like death. Because Jesus said, I have come to give them life, and life more abundantly. That's the good news. God bless you. Have a great day.